This video was made possible by Tap Persia, the #1 source for travellers visiting Iran. Get everything from visas and transport tickets to fully personalised tours with Tap Persia's 24/7 assistance. Check out their links in the description below. At the end of January, I arrived in Tehran. I spent 2 days in this concrete jungle before meeting up with Emad, an Iranian friend of mine. We jumped onto an 8-hour sleeper bus headed for Sanandaj, the capital of Iran's Kurdistan province. Sleeper bus in Iran with tellies, would you believe it? Now, a lot of you may have heard of Kurds in Kurdistan but aren't familiar with who they are or where it is. To put it simply, between 25 and 35 million Kurds inhabit a mountainous region straddling the borders of Turkey, Iraq, Syria, Iran and a small part of Armenia. They make up the 4th largest ethnic group in the Middle East, but they have never obtained a permanent nation state. After a pretty horrendous sleep, if you could even call it a sleep, we arrived in Sanandaj. Waking Emad up took a bit of extra effort, but after a few thumps, he came back to life. There was a driver waiting for us, and so we hopped into his car to drive another 3 hours to a small village called Uraman Takht. Just left Sanandaj. That sleeper bus broke me in two. I'm wrecked, I'm not gonna lie. You see, twice a year in this village, the oldest religious ceremony in the whole of Kurdistan takes place, the wedding of Pire Shaliar. Who was Pire Shaliar? Well, I'll let the town's historian fill you in.
حالا چرا عروسی پیر شالیار؟ چون در قدیم مردم اورمان از پیر شالیار اورمان که کراماتی دیدن، یعنی کارهای خارق العاده کرده، این آوازش به تمام کردستان و میگن به تمام ایران هم رسیده. یه پادشاه گویا اونجا بوده که یه دختر کرولالی داشته، بهش خبر میرسه که در کردستان و اورمان کسی هست که میتونه کارهای خارق العاده انجام بده. زیر دستانش میگه این دختر منو ببرید اون طرفا، اگر شفا یافت میتونین همونجا برای اون کسی که به شفا میده عقدش کنید. حالا بعد اونا میان دیگه پرسجو میکنن که بیارنش طرف هورامان. بعد میبرن خدمت پیر شالیار، اون گویا داشته خودشون میساخته، بعد دیگه کاملا شفا پیدا میکنه. حالا کسانی که همراهش بودن میگن ما از طرف پدرش وکیلیم که اینو به عقد شما در بیاره.
The drive to Uraman Takht was nothing short of spectacular. My eyes were glued to everything around me. I looked back to Emad to share my feelings about the incredible landscapes, but yeah, he was in his own happy place. After a while, we were surrounded by nothing but snow. It was incredible, especially looking at the size of the mountains that surrounded us. We kept going up, and at first I thought it was great, but then the ground began to get icy and I was nervous. Lo and behold, we came to a halt, as did many others. We helped push the cars of many Kurds, and many Kurds pushed us, but to no avail. It's chilly up here, I'll give you that. Woo! The driver whipped out tyre chains, as this was working for many others, even if it meant ripping their cars to pieces. As I stood there 2 kilometers away from the Iraqi Kurdistan border, I couldn't help but think about an avalanche wiping us out, as there was a lot of snow sitting right above us. Just snow getting that car moving. We spent an hour and a half at it. Maybe we'll hitch a ride on the way, but I don't mind walking. It's beautiful around here. Friendly guy stopped for us for jumping in. Merci. Kurdish people. So friendly, I love it. Being thrown around for the last 10 kilometers in the back of this pickup truck was a thrilling experience, and I absolutely loved it.
Wow.
Finally, we arrived in Uraman Takht and found a place to stay.
This is Iraq.
That's what?
Behind this mountain, this is Iraq.
Iraq?
Yeah.
Just there?
Just behind this mountain.
We threw our stuff into our new humble abode and then headed for lunch. As we took into what was the most delicious chicken kebab I would have while in Iran, I'll pass you back to the town's historian and let him tell you a little bit more about the ceremony.
رسماش یعنی 4 تا قسمته میشه: خبر، کلاروچنه، قربانی کردن حیوانات و مراسم دفزنی و سماع عارفانه و یه هفته بعدش هم میشه تربیت.
That sounded like 5 parts to me. Unfortunately, they started the ceremony a day earlier than expected. Probably to keep all the tourists and journalists away, so yeah, we were going to miss them slaughtering the animals. We came for the spiritual dancing anyway, but before we could watch that, we had to ascend the mountain to the mosque. We befriended some Kurds and shared a taxi to the top.
Oh yeah. I have an Iraqi Kurd on my right knee and an Iranian Kurd on my left knee.
Hello, how are you?
And we are good.
Once we reached the top, I asked Mohammed, an Iraqi Kurd, to talk more about Kurdistan.
کردستان ایران و کردستان عراق با خاطری دین که دینشون همون مذهب یا مذهب دارن، مذهبی شافعی، و زبانشون همون زبان گویش سورانی هست. به خاطر این خیلی راهگشا بوده برای اینکه زبان یا کلچرشون خیلی با هم نزدیک باشه. یعنی از لحاظ تعاملات و برخوردهای زندگی با هم زیاد دوچاری مثلا مشکل نمیشن. اما زمانی که واردی بخش دومی کردستان، همون که کردستانی ترکیه، کردستانی سوریه که میشیم، اونها لهجهشون و یه جورایی مذهبشون با ما یه جورایی متفاوت‌تر است و برای اینکه دین خیلی تاثیرگذاره و زبان همون ابزاری رابطه است، به خاطر این کلچرامون یه جورایی با هم متفاوت هستن و از لحاظ برخورد چه زناشویی چه تعاملاتی روزمره کمتر مثلا با هم برخورد داریم. اما در کل هممون به این هویتی کردی، یعنی اون هویتی ایدئالی همون بهش معتقدیم. یعنی نه اینکه این جدایی از هویت ها، یعنی این خورده فرنگا که میانی هم داریم باعث شده با شما شکاف های بیشتر رو حس کنیم. نه، این ما در کل به این کرد بودن خیلی معتقدیم و همیشه واسه یک کردستان متحد در واقع این یکی از بزرگترین آرمان های ما هست.
This whole place is absolutely beautiful. You got this really mountainous village with just mountains all around it, snow-capped. I'm lost for words really. I've never seen anything like it in all my travels.
We strolled around to the mosque and saw many Kurds wearing Kurdish dress, which is called kava panto. The jacket you see them wearing is called faraji and is unique to the region of Uraman. Interestingly enough, the hat and turban worn by some can determine social status. With our cameras in hand, we managed to walk straight into the media-only section to wait for the ceremony to begin. There were a lot of journalists from Iran and other parts of Kurdistan, some with peculiar sunglasses, not to mention spectators absolutely everywhere fighting for a good spot to view the ceremony. Some even climbed up trees.
Been waiting for quite a while. Suspense is killing us. It's delayed 40 minutes so far, but I think it's about to kick off.
The wait was made a little easier with all the snacks I was being fed by people around me. Although this ritual is referred to as a wedding, it is in essence a traditional ceremony during which people pray to God. The ceremony itself is largely unchanged since the beginning. They are actually dancing the exact same way the people danced at Pire Shaliar's wedding. In the beginning the tempo was slow, but then got faster and everyone got really into it. I have to say, it felt surreal to be here and actually witness this. The participants of the ceremony seemed to be from all generations and some were more enthusiastic than others. I absolutely love this guy. Talk about giving it socks. Watching him reminded me of my rocker days back in the early 2000s. After filming for about 1 hour, I went for a stroll and then ended up on Iraqi Kurdistan TV.
I love the Kurdish people. I love this place, and I want to see a lot more. Hot chocolate, well needed right now up in the mountains. Well needed.
Emad and I made our way back to where we were staying to have a nap, but first we had to figure out the correct path down, which wasn't easy, to be honest. After our nap, we went back out for a walk. There were some kids kicking each other's asses. I guess it's the same everywhere. We got pizza for dinner and then did some astrophotography before calling it a night.
It's a very peculiar way of drinking your tea, Emad. Why do you do that?
Because this way the tea cools and faster.
It was our final few hours in Uraman Takht. We visited the tomb of Pire Shaliar, which was a short stroll from the main area.
My man.
After being asked for a few selfies, I noticed that there was a great view of the town from here.
به معماری هورامان پلکانی شکلی به کمترین جا رو هم اشغال میکنه، یعنی دیوارها همه مشترک، پشت بام ها مشترک. یعنی قدیم میگفتن ما نزدیک هم باشیم خوش بگذرانیم، متاسفانه الان میگن ما دور از هم باشیم خلوت باشیم. فرهنگا داره یواشاش عوض میشه.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was time to hit the road again. I bought a pair of traditional Kurdish gloves from Saba, and then we got some lunch before heading back out. Back up into the snowy mountains we went, this time with no car trouble, thankfully. This has definitely been a trip that I'll never forget. So that wraps up my visit to Iranian Kurdistan, to the village of Uraman Takht for Pire Shaliar. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, because I learned a lot. It was really, really good. The Kurdish people are lovely, lovely people, and I'd recommend trying to visit there if you ever get the opportunity in the future. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because there's a lot of good stuff coming real soon. Alright, see you in the next one very, very soon. Good luck.